Hello, folks. We're back. Again.
We need an intro
happening.
theme if you're gonna do that.
Well, I'm not trying to be an intro guy. I'm just sort of saying. Anyway, we're back. Here we are again. Hello, everyone. This is the Voices of Angst. We're up to episode 22.
Oh dear.
Holy shit, 22 episodes.
Well, that was fast.
We're doing this for fun.
We
because
officially
it gives
beat
us
out
an
the last
excuse
week
to
in
hang out
entertainment
with each
podcast,
other.
which I think was 20 or 21
And
episodes.
to invest
Got to 21
ourselves
last week, so
musically,
yeah, we are up to
audioly,
week
visually.
22 of our wonderful podcast.
And in celebration of this random week, we are going to be discussing a topic that gets Mikhail's loins on fire. I'm speaking of...
The most ironic topic possible.
I am speaking, of course, of hipsters, and in recognition of that, I've brought a few props.
Oh boy.
After all,
Look at the
you
camera.
can't be a hipster without having the obligatory lensless glasses,
Oh my god.
Poke your eye.
No,
Oh.
no, no,
the
don't open
mandatory
it.
It's supposed
toque,
to be Ray-Ban.
Oh my god.
the overpriced Starbucks coffee, and of course, the 2009 Apple MacBook.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen.
Greetings
it's
and
official.
salutations.
We have a freaking hipster in the room.
Oh my.
Well,
Everybody,
except
ask
the
him
shirt,
hipster
the
questions.
shirt would be V-neck, and that would be a lumberjack thing, and you'd be wearing jeans, and basically, yeah, what I've deduced is that the hipsters dress like hippie lumberjacks, but they're actually
Hey,
city
we were
urban
dressing
people.
like hippie lumberjacks before it was cool to dress like hippie lumberjacks.
I wasn't. I was just always
I
wearing
was dressed
jeans
like
and
a
a hoodie.
hippie.
I was dressing like a freaking gangster without my pants falling down.
You were dressed on like the wrong kind of gangster, dude. That would be Italian.
Oh, whatever.
That's
I just
clearly
wore
what
a
we're
hoodie
after.
and jeans and my little buddy hug. And I told people to off in high school. Whereas hipsters,
So
they
that
were
was the first
popular
F-bomb
preppy
of
kids.
the episode.
You already said
Wow,
shit.
we're at a world record probably for speed on this one for our podcast. We hit 2 minutes and he's already dropped the NFL.
I don't know
Wow,
if I'd say a
it's
world
3:57.
record, but it's a
Well,
Voices
that's
of
our
Angst
top
episode.
record.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Voices of Angst
You beat
record.
me from last week. Wow.
You cut your time in half.
Yeah.
F-bombs are flying in this heated battle.
We haven't really gotten started yet. Okay, so
Mikhail
let's
knows what I was
be-
referencing.
let's-
Gonna be the F-bomb of Berlin with Nazis, which hipsters.
And there's the Nazi
Oh wow,
reference.
that was fast too.
2 minutes 30 seconds. Wow,
And
we are
apparently
on
my camera
fire.
was falling over.
Yep.
We are on fire.
Like,
Like this is freaking ridiculous.
Okay, so we have a topic. Maybe we
Hipsters.
should talk about it.
yep.
Go, Mikhail.
The topic is me.
Oh god.
Well,
You are not a hipster.
no, you are. A,
Tell me you are. Tell
Actually,
me you
wait,
are.
wait,
Tell
wait.
me you are, and I will
have a
prove
point,
you are
I have
not.
a point. I have an important point. You are.
Oh, you have an
a
important
poser.
point.
And that is what hipsters are. Is they are trying to formulate an identity for themselves.
If a
but
hipster
it's
is a
so
poser, and I'm
inauthentic.
posing as a hipster, then what am I?
You're ironic. Or
Is that what
So
I
he
am?
is a true
He's
hipster.
a hipster.
Oh,
He's
no.
a hipster.
what's it? You would
Got a
be
hipster.
self-reflexive. I don't know. You're doing a satire. You're critically critiquing.
He's a
It's
parody
like we
of a
can bring
hipster?
up.
He's
Yeah.
a parody.
I am.
Christopher
parody.
is a fan-based parody.
Oh my.
Hipsters are a property of themselves. Please
They
support
try to be.
hipsters in their official release.
Because the problem is
God.
they try to make
Capture.
themselves individualized,
Capture.
but through their style and selected,
Imgur.
they're trying to individualize themselves.
But they're
make
not
themse-
individualized.
Yeah, they make themselves a collective group.
Tumblr.
And they
Tumblr's
made
not
themselves a
just
collective
hipster
group
thing,
that
it's
you
also
can
just an
consume,
internet
such
phenomena.
as Starbucks or Apple Macs. Or,
Pro tip: this podcast is neither sponsored by Starbucks nor Apple.
yeah, or by specific clothing. Like, I mean, their clothing, it looks like a lumberjack shirt, yet they pay hundreds of dollars for it. Like, it's
Who
ridiculous.
pays $100 for a flannel shirt? You can
Who
buy
pays
them for
$100
$20.
for a shirt?
Oh. Well, you know what
You'd
I
be
mean,
surprised.
like they
You can buy
they-
a good flannel shirt
It's
for
about the
$20. Use
look,
Victoria,
but the
that's all you need.
quality is like
Use
they're so
Victoria.
picky.
I'm pretty sure you
Like,
don't even need to go to Use Victoria
You're
to
probably
buy a
gonna
flannel
value
shirt.
and
You
then
can go
village.
to Mark's Work Warehouse and get
Yeah.
a flannel
and
shirt.
even
Yeah,
like
but
the
there's
obsession
60
with
bucks
Asian
there.
food,
Wow.
Yeah,
or
flannel
you know,
shirts.
like
Wow.
60
$60.
vegan, or what's it? Not vegan. You know, all the organic
he's still
shit
talking.
and local.
Oh, while we're on the topic of hipsters, Mikhail and I ran across the Hipster Dental Clinic a couple
yeah.
of weeks ago, and we've taken this
Upload
picture
that
of
pic.
Mikhail in front of the Hipster Dental Clinic. Ironically, it's right next to a Starbucks.
Yeah. Well, after a few more stores, I noticed.
Yeah, well, there's
a
that,
couple.
and then a store, and then a store, and then there's
Yeah.
a Starbucks. But
Yeah,
Is one
and
of them
then
a dry cleaner?
in my
I don't think so.
It just
That would
it,
just be too
it just
perfect.
it
I'm
looks like
sorry.
an Asian restaurant. Like you can walk in and get like your teeth cleaned, and then you can order like a sake with sushi or something. It just
I
has
think we
that
might have a
look.
new trend.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Oh,
We're
wow.
showing a dentist.
we are racially insensitive on this show, aren't we?
You're just realizing that.
I already
I
knew
think
that.
we're all racially insensitive at some point. I'm sorry.
Everyone's a little bit racist sometimes.
Everyone's a little bit of a warlord, which is my point from last podcast.
No!
Spell Lord.
Oh yeah,
Lord,
that
you
too.
spelled. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
put
had
an A in there.
to Lord.
You
Man.
failed with your typo, which I'll be a grammar Nazi for.
Mikhail,
yes,
Mikhail,
I'm bringing
Mikhail,
up the Nazi.
Mikhail,
Shut
Shut
Mikhail.
up! Nazis
Warlords
2
are
times
bad.
so far.
Yeah. No, it isn't. Because it ties into my other course, because I'm taking a course on Nazis in Hollywood and pop. Well, no, it
Nazis
means
in Hollywood.
Nazis in
I think-
Hollywood.
Well, in film and cinema.
That has to be a thing now. Hitler goes to Hollywood.
Well, they've done things like where they have
That
like
sounds
the
like it could be a
producers where they make a
terrible
musical
movie for
with
TV
Hitler.
movie.
It's actually a
What
film
about
by
Heil,
Mel.
Honey, I'm Home?
Mel
Oh god!
Oh.
But anyway, in the first class, we came
People
across
know
this
what that
thing.
is. Okay, good. It was an actual sitcom starring Adolf Hitler.
Oh
Wait,
what? Seriously?
Wait, you didn't know that?
No!
Oh!
That's hilarious.
Heil,
It was a
Honey, I'm
sitcom
Home.
made yeah, I was.
That's it. We're gonna cancel the rest of this episode so we can watch this.
I think that might be a necessity.
I was told about this. I don't know if I've ever found it anywhere, but I was told by Kyle Sanderson. He's a friend of the
That
everybody on the
doesn't
show.
surprise me.
And he said, ladies and he told me, he said that there was a television
Excuse the
sitcom
times.
made ages ago. It just made years ago. I don't remember when he said it was made, but it was Heil, Honey, I'm Home. And it was a story
Was
of
it,
Adolf Hitler.
was it actually Hitler?
I don't remember if it was actually Hitler, but that would have
Because
just
if
been
it was
too perfect.
Hitler, that would have had to have been in the 40s, which means it would have had to been a silent movie, probably.
Wouldn't that have just been hilarious, though? A Charlie Chaplin style sitcom called Heil, Honey, I'm Home.
Well, he did The Great Dictator. So.
Yeah.
That movie was incredible.
Yeah.
That movie was like a... Wow, that got you right in the heart, man.
His speech at the end still applicable today.
Which is interesting, because that was the first person to actually speak out against Adolf Hitler's actions. But he was doing it so indirectly that people didn't actually pick up on
Well,
it.
and it's like, and then
Hitler
I think
invited
like
him to come visit.
As long as he did it like the Mussolini interview. That was awesome.
I don't know.
Wait,
why
does
I
nobody
thought
remember
it was
that?
CDA
The scene with the
news.
dental, with the hairdresser's
What
chairs?
are we talking about?
I'm lost.
Oh, it was. It was. I was watching Charlie Chaplin movies before it was cool. There we go. I brought it back.
Oh
I brought it back. I
my
brought it
Before
back.
is cool.
Yep, brought it back. There
I
we
mean,
go.
it's true. We all
I'm
done
good at
things
this.
because we're all individuals. But I think the problem is with hipsters is
You
they
are
were
all individuals! I'm not!
Are you sure about that? I
And
think
it's just like the problem is they're trying to salvage an identity that rather
Is
like I mean the
not
problem is
dead.
if you want to have an
not dead
identity you
yet.
have to look in yourself. You can't just
I'm
prop
actually
things up
feeling
or
a
dress
little
a certain
better.
way.
Whoa, are you doing self-inflection already? Come on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
We're not even 10 minutes in yet.
I'm releasing my lightning kicks here. So
Drink
go
your
with me.
overpriced Starbucks.
Yes.
The rest of us can talk now. What is there to talk
No,
about?
but like in
Found
class,
Heil.
I came
No,
across a
my
comic.
internet
Let's put it
decided it
up.
doesn't wanna work.
Okay, well,
I don't know what your
turn off
Wi-Fi
your
password is.
Oh, I don't know
Oh.
either.
because
I do.
Turn off your laptop.
talking about
Oh,
Hitler in
shut
relation to
up, Honey, I'm
Nazis.
home.
We'll look it up
You
later.
know, like that
Can
hipster
I be a
Hitler
hipster
comic.
too?
Like, let's just
With
put that up while you
you
guys
can.
decide.
You can't play Minecraft while
I'm
doing
not
it.
playing Minecraft.
That's not hipster. Playing Minecraft is not hipster.
I'm not playing
It's not.
Minecraft.
She's spared. She's spared from the hipsters.
Running Minecraft servers is actually a viable business, I've discovered.
Can you get people to pay for it?
Well,
Yes,
that would
that's
make
why
it
it's a viable business.
If
No,
they
like,
won't
can you actually
pay
convince people to pay you for it? Because I can't do that.
Yeah, but you're not.
I can't, but the person I know who's actually involved in the Minecraft community can.
Oh.
Because they have
The
private
fact that
service
we're
they host.
renting a box server for $117 and we're making $75 right now is... You will just overlook that for the time being. But we're, at least we're not losing $117 a month.
That's awesome, actually. What?
Heil, Honey, I'm Home is a controversial British television sitcom produced in 1990, which was cancelled after one episode.
Yes!
That sounds a
It's
lot
real.
like the
We need
American
to find
version
it, and we
of
need
the
to watch
British IT crowd.
And that's what I'm having to research.
There's a remake?
What is
There was
okay?
one episode
Oh,
that
How far
NBC
can one
commissioned.
go
No.
with making fun of Hitler, the Nazis, and the
It's terrible. Don't
Holocaust,
ever
David?
watch it.
Okay.
I think what we need to
You
do
can't
now
be
is we
Chris
all
O'Dowd.
need to sit down and watch Heil, Honey, I'm Home. because if we can find that one episode, we all must watch Heil Honey, I'm Home. I must see this.
So, pausing podcast?
No.
Okay.
The Voices of Angst does not condone this possibly racially insensitive television show.
Oh, definitely.
Or the
Definitely
illegaltation of it, or download of it, or whatever.
We do not condone piracy. We do not condone online streaming. Please go and buy the DVD release of all videos. Okay, you can start. You can laugh after I finish the spiel. Okay.
No, I'm just laughing because where are you gonna buy a DVD of Heil Hitler? I'm home.
Heil Honey,
Or
I'm
Heil
home.
Honey, I'm home. Where are you? Where?
Nonetheless, we are still required to say that we hereby do not support piracy. Please pay for your stuff.
Yes, buy the DVD when it comes out, because then you can do a massive marathon like I did with The Walking Dead.
There's only
I
one.
downloaded it for you.
Shut up!
Dude!
No, you didn't.
Well, I did.
We
do
all
marathons
paid
with
for it.
Buffy and Vampire Diaries. I don't know. I'm a supernatural.
If,
fan.
Watch
if it's any
Vampire
better, I
Diaries?
subscribe to AMC
It's not-
on my
it's-
cable
it's-
package.
I haven't seen that
okay.
show in years.
I thought
It's-
you watched it last year.
I did.
Obsessively. That's not years.
obsessively anymore.
It's a bit better
Not big on
True
it
Blood in
anymore.
terms of characterizations. 'cause
True Blood is
just-
awesome. Do not mock True Blood. True Blood is people killing each other all the time.
Second F-bomb.
Third.
Third?
You actually have to
think so.
go through.
Hey,
Oh
We're
yeah,
doing
he
a
dropped two,
circle.
didn't he?
Probably. I think I.
Everyone's gonna drop bombs in this episode.
Wow.
This podcast is the Hiroshima of F-bombs.
Back to
Ooh,
hipsters.
more
All right,
racial
so
sensitivity.
any
top.
stereotypes we've come across?
No, okay.
You don't count
Up top.
Christopher.
Stereotypes. Healthy food
He
from
just high-fived me
organic
for dropping a
markets.
horribly racially insensitive comment.
I didn't even catch it. Though.
That's why I did it.
I'm naive.
Anyways.
My glasses have no lenses.
We realized this.
Shouldn't you put your glasses?
He
on?
likes
Lenses
things before
lenses
they're
are
cool.
so establishment.
You do have an astigmatism though, so you don't want to fuck up your eyesight. I don't know. Put your glasses back on. I'm concerned for your health.
I am the only person here to. Yes! That is the most
Hold on,
hipster
hold on,
thing I've
hold on,
ever
hold
seen.
on.
That.
He wears
Glasses
lensless
over his
his
glasses.
glasses.
That's what the hipsters do. Is
Yes.
they put these layers of masks over their own like actual. Persona
I'm just being as ridiculous as possible.
try
I
and
don't know,
project
understand
themselves
how he's
as
trying to
something.
He actually
make
has
this
a
Being
into a real
metaphorical
thing.
about it,
Yeah.
though. Layers upon layers of metaphor.
Like an onion.
Yeah, like they
They're
they
all
try to be.
onions.
Hipsters
They
are
try
like
to be a
onions.
cool,
This
cool
is what I have
onion.
learned.
And the
Today.
Onion is an
When you
awesome
leave them in the
satirical
sun, they
news
start to
site.
smell
Yes,
bad?
it is. Yes,
Well, no,
it
but it's
is.
just like they you know the person
like our dumb
like
friggin' world.
anybody. It can be everyone's an onion. We all have our little layers, but the problem is some onions
Now we're
they
all
can
onions.
be rotten in the middle, so they look okay, and then you cut them open, and you're like, oh, they're rotten.
But that
in
can
the
be
middle.
said for about any fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
Are you
anyway,
So
Why
we're
are you
getting
picking
at-
on onions? What do you have against onions?
they're a good metaphor. If you want
Cakes.
to, I can pick
Everybody likes
shallots.
cakes.
I can
Cakes
pick,
have layers.
I can pick green onions. I can pick leeks. I could pick what's it?
I'm sorry, what's a leek?
It's
like a
little
giant green
but it's
onion.
big.
Giant
Yeah.
green onion.
I discovered the other day that a papple is a real fruit.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I thought
Does
they were
the
just called
Pope eat those?
parapples.
Pardon me.
Did anybody else get that?
What?
Does
That
the
was
Pope eat
terrible.
those?
That was terrible.
I'm making fun of
A
What?
papple. The
Like
Pope eat
people?
those.
Oh.
Self high five!
No!
A papal papple?
Oh, God.
Winner!
Oh.
Winner!
Winner!
Oh.
Here's wins.
Yeah, I don't think we've talked about the topic, like, at all. We just kind of made fun of it a little.
In fairness, I know nothing about hipsters.
The
I
only
do.
things I
Other
know is
than
what I read on the
Apple
internet.
MacBook 2 lensless glasses and overpriced Starbucks.
Well, I think like
Also,
what it
ridiculously overpriced health food from organic places.
I
Yes.
would still say the only
And
thing I know is
saving
what I read on the
people
internet
still
about
sort of
hipsters.
relates back
Like,
to
yeah,
the
with our causes
co-activism,
thing.
Yeah. Like,
Well, are
oh,
hipsters
and
full activists?
arts.
That's
They
awful.
they're
would
very
say
much
probably.
in visual
Oh,
arts,
oh,
and
no,
they
probably.
wreck high school art. They wreck university art.
Why?
Not that the department of visual
Mikhail,
arts at UVic was
hipsters
already
weren't even a
broken.
thing when you were in high school.
They were becoming a
Oh,
thing.
they were a thing when I was in high school. My best friend was most definitely a hipster.
Yeah, they
New
they
York
try to like
artist.
they're just so like an indie music. They try to like like that chart I sent you maybe.
Whoa.
There was this chart I found on crack.com and it had like all these things. It's basically like the equivalent.
Okay,
like, all these
crack.com
things-
is not a valid news source.
No, but it was
but
funny.
it is awesome as hell.
Yeah.
No, some of them could be valid writers. That,
Like
I mean,
what?
well, the majority of them probably got university degrees, but then because
They're
typical
writing
university, yeah,
Satire.
Yeah.
They're writing jokes. So
Yeah,
yes, it's funny. Explain it.
Yeah.
Cracked After Hours is the greatest show on the internet.
No,
It's a
Voices of
website.
Angst is.
Yeah, that's the second best show.
Yeah, of course.
We just don't have our viewer base up yet.
Who does?
I still
So,
watch religiously.
last week, when we were talking about Coney 2012 plastering the city with posters, we should plaster this city with Voices of Angst posters.
Do we have a logo? Speaking of
We
which,
can
I'm
do
not
that with
the picture.
university. We just
Everyone
have to
needs
get
a
permission,
picture.
and I
Then
can
someone
put them
else
on
can
the-
redesign the logo, because I
Send-
spent a whole 5 minutes designing
Send
that.
me the pictures and I'll redesign it.
Okay.
Unless I just plaster myself over Voices of Angst, it's not gonna work.
Well, what we could do is we got camera angles, so we could just like pick each shot like with us in it, and then boom.
Well, we could keep using
I want
the
my
same
hipster picture.
Hey, we could just do like
Hip
shots
slap.
at the end. You know, we can do something like the cover of a Gorillaz album or a Beatles album, where it's like it's 4 pictures of each of our faces, and then Voices of Angst written across the middle.
We could do that.
And we
Make
can
it
always just
I have
get
my
pictures.
camera.
Collage like my birthday cards.
I hate your birthday cards. Every year you make me out to be the
Your
biggest
birthday
homosexual ever.
Hey, he does the same thing to everybody,
No,
so...
what?
I haven't
not
done one
just
to
you.
Juby
What?
or Kyle.
Liam hasn't
I
shown you his
haven't
birthday
seen-
card?
no.
Oh.
I think
There's
he
a
threw it out
reason.
Do you
No,
still- do
I
you
still
still
have
have
it. I think I still got it.
Okay, I need to know.
Because he was going out to film school, and I gave him like a like all the best to kind of like for your card thing, you know. I don't know. It was
on
it
the
was a good
inside,
sentiment.
it
It
was
but
was
it was-
Liam, you're not making those kind of films,
Yeah.
are you?
Or no, just remember these films make a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, that's...
There's a picture of a cinematographer standing like this with one of those old cameras and a woman slowly taking her pants off. And I'm just like,
Oh.
you gave me a porn card. That's what you gave me
It
for
was
my
lovely.
birthday. Big porn card. He also gave me chocolate though. He does
Aw.
do chocolates as well.
Yeah.
Amber's birthday is in
sweet.
August.
Okay.
So you gotta make her one of your infamous cards.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
It'll be
Oh,
like the
dear.
grand
You're welcome,
finale.
dear.
Thanks, guys.
Because I've learned a few techniques over the years.
You don't know what you're getting into.
On a completely unrelated note to everything we've talked about so far, she's wearing a Game of Thrones blanket. That comes
Game of
back
Thrones
this
comes
coming
back soon,
Sunday.
yeah.
This coming Sunday.
Pro tip,
Game of
HBO
Thrones.
also does not endorse this show.
I wish they did. We would get such an awesome viewer base off
Also,
of HBO.
AMC. We did talk about.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Walking
Yeah.
Dead.
We've talked about Game of Thrones a couple times, though.
Game of Thrones comes up a lot on this show.
Does it?
Everything
Walking
does.
Dead's come up a few times.
Yeah.
Season finale was
Video
last night, or
games,
2 nights ago.
Two nights
TV,
ago.
film.
That was a good season finale.
Music.
She was scared.
It wasn't really
What, about
scary.
what?
It wasn't scary.
She
it
was terrified that everybody died.
nerve wracking.
What was?
It
The
wasn't.
finale to the
Walking
latest
Dead.
season of
I haven't
Walking Dead.
seen it.
wasn't-
Please
Yeah, we're not
don't
gonna
tell
talk
me.
It
about
wasn't
you
as
what
big
happened.
of a cliffhanger, or as big of a cliffhanger ending as like they were making it out to be. Like,
No,
Okay.
the actual ending wasn't. But it was
The build-up was pretty
The
freaking
build-up to the
fantastic.
ending was. I don't want to know.
But
Okay,
you-
yeah.
but you kept
spare
watching,
me,
so
spare me
obviously
from
you
the
did wanna know.
spoilers. But apparently,
I always wanted
yeah.
to know. I always knew.
This should
Well, I
be
didn't
interesting.
actually know.
I'll
I
watch
always
it.
We
And then I'll
assume
see you
that
back
it's
in a
gonna
week or two, and then I'll be like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, did anybody see the prank that was going around the internet?
oh,
for
there was
April Fools?
many pranks going around
Which
the internet.
one?
By the
About
way,
Rick
Did-
Grimes getting about
yeah.
the guy who
Yeah.
plays Andrew Lincoln apparently got fired from AMC's The Walking Dead. It was an internet scheme going around the internet. Like it was an
April
if
Fool's
we're
though.
talking about April Fool's jokes, WestJet is now switching to metric time.
Metric
The city of
time.
Toronto is now going to build condos inside subway stations.
That would actually be kind of
That actually sounds like something Toronto would actually do, though.
well, and it'd be
And
actually
Richard
kinda
Branson
cool.
is unveiling climate control for each individual seats on his aircrafts.
Oh my god.
And eggs are being redesigned in the UK to be square because it's better for packaging.
I want to go to the UK for those eggs.
That was actually on ITV, which is one of their major broadcasters there.
Yeah, they pulled
None of that beats my all-time favorite April Fool's prank. 1957, the BBC's report on the spaghetti harvest and how it was a poor spaghetti harvest that year.
I still think the best one is how Google told you can get free internet by flushing an Ethernet toilet.
Oh, yeah, I
Cable down
remember
your
that.
toilet.
Or the one last year with YouTube was new uploads are closed and they're going to go through every single video on YouTube and find the most talented YouTube video. That was the thing last year.
Wow.
Or
Did
the
they
year
find
before
it?
that, the Google mission to Mars.
Oh my god.
Actually, I think
DeviantArt
Google would
made
probably
everybody
do that.
Justin Bieber one year.
What? What?
What?
DeviantArt. Oh, DeviantArt.
They also gave us llamas, but the llamas stayed because everyone liked them so much.
Not so much for Justin Bieber.
DeviantArt has great little pranks. Like DeviantArt, a few years back, they made everybody Justin Bieber. Like all the profile pictures were different
Whoa.
pictures of Justin Bieber. One year, I think it was like Britney Spears or like Beyonce or something. 1 year, llamas came into existence, and now people just give each other llama badges because everyone loved the llamas, so they stuck around.
Yay for llamas!
Yeah.
Oh, and then some of those things, like with Taylor Swift singing, and then they have the lamb.
That's
And
a
in,
goat.
and in
Goat's
non-April
the screaming goat.
Fool's news, they did manage to catch the emu in Nanaimo.
There was an emu on the loose.
Oh, I thought I mentioned that on this podcast.
Not yet.
No.
yet.
Oh, you may not have been. You may have been in Africa. Yeah.
Oh, that was a while ago, then.
It was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, there was an emu on the loose in Nanaimo.
Oh.
But they managed to capture it, and it was safe, and now it's
Oh,
back
does
with
anyone-
its owner
Does
watching
Does anyone
TV with
remember
them.
those like
I
cartoon
think I know
shows
this
with the
emu.
rabbit and the
Lucy?
emu?
Maybe.
Lucy the emu. You know.
It's actually a
The
male
Untalkative
emu, too.
Bunny.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
ironic.
That was the show.
It's so hipster.
I'm ironic. I was being ironic before it was cool to be ironic.
Okay, back on topic. Yeah, the
Wow,
whole
we went
like.
full circle and it took us only 15 minutes.
Oh my
Why
god.
not?
So back on topic now. Like,
I
another
drink
thing-
Starbucks because it's good for me.
I got a
And it's good for the
story.
environment.
I got a story because I was reading a
Sure.
thing on like
Okay,
Modern Mad with
hipsters.
Carl Jung, and he's basically talking about Modern Mad as someone who's so ahead of the time that he actually feels out of place. Like eternally, it's someone who's ahead, like so brilliant concept or genius that they're like out of time with the current day. Like they're ahead of the time, so to speak. So they're gonna go crazy or
You're
depressed.
saying hipsters are ahead of their time?
No. But this is a story in relation
They're
to
trying
a
to go
hipster.
back in time.
No, but like
I wish I
this
could've
one
been
girl, because I was
alive
telling
in
her, and it's like
1970s
ultimately
when
what
it was
Jung's saying
cool
is
to
this
do all this
guy
stuff I
is
do.
gonna feel
It wasn't
depressed
cool
and
in
out
the
of place. He's
70s.
gonna eternally be,
Smoke
you know,
pot and do everything ironically. Yep, that was the hippie.
and like this
stupid.
lady, like I don't
You
know,
want to know
she's,
what's
like,
really interesting? Is that in about 20, 30, 40 years, the next generation might be crying listening to Beyonce albums saying, I was born in the wrong generation. I wish I'd been alive in 2010.
I never thought that. I thought
That's a
like I'm
depressing
great to
thought.
live.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
great to live in the current day because I can listen to all this music before me, and I can enjoy or see similarities in future songs if I
Well,
like
it's not
stuff.
just about music. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, I wish I could like go to protest, and there's nothing left to protest anymore."
Or,
There's
like,
lots of
go
things
back
that
I know,
you
there
can
are,
protest,
there
like-
are.
For
but-
example,
but-
lots of
increase in
shit
ferry
going on in the
prices at
world.
PC Ferry.
But people
God.
don't do big like walk of the streets protests anymore because they can just post something on Facebook now.
That's
Back to
the
our
social
full
media.
Yeah.
volunteerism.
But
And
like,
Except for
like-
the fairy people. The fairy people like the real protests.
You know what I'd like
Also,
to
the
see happen
Enbridge
more
stuff
is
was
more
a lot of
stuff
real
like
protests.
Woodstock.
Sorry, what?
Big frickin' music
well,
fest.
there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually
But they're
good
very
music.
I know they're all such like hip hop this
Techno
year. I
and
was
hip-hop.
really
What
annoyed
about
the last
metal?
like
Don't
2
the metals
years.
have those big
Oh,
gatherings?
yeah,
metalheads
but that's
have 3
different.
music festivals all over the world. Ozfest. They have a type of similar thing to Ozfest in Sweden or Denmark. I can't remember which one.
In Sweden.
And then they have
They got some good metal bands, I think.
they have
From my perception.
you know the
of
punks had
bands.
Scumbala for 1 year. Yeah, punks had Scumbala. It was basically
God,
Shumbala
you're
but for
giving me
punks.
ideas for song of the week. I like this. Keep
But,
talking.
okay, yeah, they had Scumbala for 1 year, but so many people got hurt at it that they never let it happen again. Oh, and all the equipment was destroyed at the end, too.
Oh,
that sounds about right.
wow. Yep.
But, yeah, metalheads get 3 festivals, and one of them is in the States, one of them is in Denmark, and the last one is Ozfest, and that takes place wherever they feel like throwing it that year. Usually it is somewhere in Europe.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Europe's a
Ozfest
good
is the biggest metal fest of the year. And it's the only thing the metal kids get now. Other than that, they gotta go find their favorite bands in an underground pub somewhere where all the shit is broken.
Oh, you
That's
know
like half the
that
point of
would
going
be
to an
cool,
Hipsters show.
is
Is to
have,
see
like,
how much shit they wreck.
a pub like where bands perform in like a
Except for Death Clock.
catacomb, like,
Everybody go see
place.
Death Clock.
Or then like they make churches into pubs and whatnot, and then or else mosques.
Ooh.
Churches
Ooh.
into pubs. That's an
That sounds like an awesome
Yeah.
concept. I
No,
can go
but
save
they
a
are
bunch
doing
of
that with some
people by
old
doing
churches
that.
because some of the churches are actually like
Seriously. Some of those people
Are
really
getting
could use a
unpopular.
drink.
May I
Because you're
interest
having
you?
more people
May I
that
introduce
are
you to the
not
one true
religious.
God? Hands them a beer, walks away.
Yeah. Or,
Wow.
Well, it's
That
for
would
some
be-
churches like they're getting the option to be turned into a pub or turned into a mosque. So because
What?
because the religious demographics like there's no. as
You're
many
not
Christian
making me
people,
enough
so it's
money.
like,
You can
why are
choose
these
to become a
churches
mosque or you can be a pub.
Yeah, actually,
Take
Islam is
your-
the
Talk
fastest
about
growing
going in
religion
two
in Canada
completely
because of
different
immigrants.
directions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But,
still propose that the fastest growing religion in the world is Jedi.
That was
Based
the other
on
April
what?
Fool's joke. Was Rosetta Stone for Klingon?
Oh.
That I love. Yeah, that.
So I
Yeah.
actually wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
I
Enough
know,
people
right?
want to speak Klingon.
What's Klingon?
You
Star
seriously the Star
Trek?
Trek language? You don't. Wow.
The Star Trek
Okay.
people known as the Klingons.
I live
the
a very
Starship,
isolated fantasy
Enterprise,
world in
and
nature.
basically all of the
Oh,
starships
dear.
from Starfleet were under attack from the Klingon people, and they have their own language.
I just need
And
to
then
know
the
which
creepy-ass
And it
franchise,
characters.
actually
and then
like
I'll just
developed
go with
into
you.
a legit language that people speak for some
You can
weird
take Elven,
reason.
like Lord of the Rings.
You can
Elven
learn
lessons.
yeah, and you can learn deep speech as well. Somewhere somebody actually wrote a dictionary of deep speech, which not a lot of you will know what that is, but it's demon speak from Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Good to know.
You can learn deep speech. You can learn Lord of the Rings Elvish, Lord of the
You
Rings
can learn the
Dwarfish is
Skyrim
available
dragon
too.
language.
No, you can't yet. They haven't finished writing that
No.
I
dictionary.
know Morse code.
That's
See, that's
real
cool.
thing,
I'll just be
though.
content with learning German and learning like the romantic concepts
I
of
wanna
German
learn
with
Italian.
Einheit.
Sprechen Sie
That'd be fun.
Deutsch?
I want to
Ja,
learn
ich
Italian.
Italian
spreche
has such a
ein
nice
bisschen
sound.
Deutsch, aber mein
I-
Deutsch
I-
ist nicht
I
so
know
good.
two things in
The
German.
only thing in German.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch and Nein!
My
No,
favorite
and
word in
you
the German
plainly
language
speak-
is Krankenwagen. It means
Krankenwagen.
ambulance.
Oh, what
Sickwagon.
about defenestrate?
The what?
To throw someone or something out of a window.
Let's throw the Krankenwagen out the window.
So defenestrate the clock, whatever these
No,
are.
Streben-
you have
Streben-
to. Okay, yeah, but what's the definite
Krankenwagen.
article of Krankenwagen?
I don't know.
Is it masculine der or feminine die or?
They never
We
specified.
don't speak
They just
proper
did direct
German,
one.
Mikhail. And there's the other.
No, but that's the thing about German is they have like gender things. So
Well,
it's
most
and then there are
most
people.
Mikhail
Most
is
languages-
totally speaking German
most
before it was popular.
European
No, I just kind of
languages.
picked it up on university because I decided to learn it. And then I'm thinking maybe I should have learned Russian because my name's Russian. My last name's
How is
German.
it that
and I'm
whenever we try and
confused.
discuss our topic, we end up in a completely...
Usually we actually stay on topic. I guess we really didn't have that much to say about hipsters. Except
I just
fuck
wanted
the
to bring my
hipsters.
props.
Well, I do have a couple of points though about like
I was
they-
bringing
they
props to
involve a fake
podcasts
culture.
before it was
It's-
cool to bring props to
Hipsters,
podcasts.
Podcast.
hipsters are
We were
not
doing
equivalent
podcasts
to
before it was
Before it was
popular.
popular.
Yeah.
Hip hop,
We
or
win.
romanticism, or
Yeah.
expressionism, or Dada, or
I want to buy a hat.
beatniks. Like
Okay.
I have a
hipsters
hat.
are not equivalent to any culture thing.
Well,
They
can't have
are.
it.
Hipster,
I want a
it
Rode
didn't
microphones.
They're
hat.
like a
start
consumer
as a
trucker
fad.
hat, but it
Yeah.
says Rode.
They don't have
microphones
a
on it.
Part of
definite
it.
style. They don't have a definite philosophy.
But
or
it's a trucker hat,
concept.
man.
There's
Well,
Imagine
nothing.
me
the
wearing
thing
a
is,
Rode
most hipsters
microphones
will
trucker hat for the next
vehemently
podcast.
deny that they are
That
hipsters.
would be quite something.
I'm totally
They will
gonna do it.
say, "No, you, I'm not a hipster."
I'm an individual.
Yeah.
And we
but,
have now officially all dropped an F-bomb in this episode.
But that's the thing is, they're not trying to be part of a group.
Or you know
So
what?
it's
You know
not
what?
They're trying to be an individual,
next
and
time
they're
we go to
failing
the time
miserably
circuit
because
where
the
everybody here
individual
drops
is
an F-bomb,
ultimately
we need to
someone
sound
who is
that alarm.
internally isolated, whether or
like
not
in the
they are in a
podcast.
group or not.
Okay.
Because there's
If you
nothing
heard
to
siren.
do.
I know.
Yeah, red
But I'm
siren
just saying
go
that
off.
it's not like
I know.
a.
Everybody
It's
stop
not
it.
a
There's two
group
separate
in that sense.
conversations
Like
going
it's not
on
a
right
certain
now.
style.
Yeah,
because
it's
that
so
kinda
often
answers your
on these
question. 'Cause
shows.
you were asking,
What
like,
are we talking about?
You were asking, like, okay, if like there's so many people making fun of hipsters, why are there so many? And
Yes,
it's like
that's
Amber
it.
hit on
Every
that.
single hipster says, "I'm not a hipster."
Meh.
I'm
They
not
are
a
all
group. I'm an
hipsters.
individual.
I'm totally not a hipster, because being a hipster is not cool. And I'm
Exactly.
cool.
And I think it came out of
I'm
like
cool.
that desire, a little
But I
bit
know
of
I'm
the
not.
Would you
faux
like a toque?
activism.
Ooh, I got a hat.
So full
look, Amber.
self-reflection. It's
Look, I got a
self-examination.
hat.
Wow. Oh god. But no, it's a little bit of that faux activism and a little bit of the, well, we're all broke because the world
And
is
there's an
going to
F-bomb?
shit.
Well,
yes, I'm
shouldn't
sorry,
that
what?
be a nihilism?
No, I got something better.
No,
I'll be right back.
it's because like a lot of it is like, oh, we'll wear the flannel and like
This
the
is like...
worn out jeans.
This show is
and-
just about the props.
So they're just basically.
Anybody remember when this was
using
cool?
props to
Oh,
say
no,
that
I remember when
rejects
this was cool.
Any
yeah, in
social
like
belonging.
1992.
Yeah, it's sort of it's like the anti
Nah, during the 1940s when they were all running around in their
It's anti-materialism
pinstripe suits,
through
toting
materialism.
Tommy guns
yeah,
under
like
their
the
coats.
whole,
No, in their
it
violent
became
cases.
much more
oh,
materialistic.
I
like that hat.
Definitely
Is it?
violent
Yeah,
cases.
everybody
I think
remembers
you should
these,
dress up
right?
as a gangster. I can bring a construction thing and dress like a construction worker. Chris can dress
We
like
can be the
someone from
village people.
and then you can dress up in costume. We'll have like these random costumes with our podcast.
It sounds like the
dress
village
up now?
people.
Yeah, we'll
Welcome
do it
to
like
Voices
after
of
hours.
Angst.
We'll just have
This
like
week,
those costumes.
we're doing Mr. Dress Up.
Oh dear.
That would be a
Oh,
fun
dear.
show to talk about, actually. You know, shows that were popular when we were
Every
kids, which I
five-
totally watch now because it's so cool to do that. It's
Well,
so
and then you
ironic.
realize that
Gotta
they want
catch
in
you,
layers as
little
an adult.
Pokemon.
Oh, Twitch plays Pokemon. Anybody else think that's awesome?
Oh, that was... Oops.
What?
What happened?
Twitch plays Pokemon. Does anybody know what that is?
Yeah, it's
Twitch.
Twitch, the gaming streaming site.
Oh,
they had
oh.
Pokemon for what games?
They did Pokemon Red, and
Yeah.
now they're doing Pokemon Crystal.
And the
We're doing
community
all
could
sorts
control,
games because
could
people
control
have
the
their accounts
characters
and
by
then they
sending
stream.
commands into the chat stream.
And they have a
that's
setting
nifty.
called
Yeah.
Total Anarchy. basically it's at that point, every time a command goes in, the avatar moves.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time it has been like this.
Yeah.
It's just it moving around going crazy.
They spent a good half hour once walking into a wall. Just unable to move.
And usually in other
what
games
is the
that's
point of
due to
this?
connection lag or, you know, because...
Not in this case.
No, it's because
Too much input. Too much input.
So when they finished
And,
Red Game, I mean they
games like Street Fighter,
successfully
you have to have
beat
the collect
the
inputs,
Elite
otherwise you will
Four
die.
in Red Game,
Yeah.
which was impressive enough on its own. But the next time they did, the next one they did with Crystal, they introduced Democracy, which is everybody votes on a command.
Yeah.
And once it wins, they do it.
That command is played, yeah.
But they also have, you know, an election for Anarchy. So Anarchy every now and again gets elected. And then all hell breaks loose. But Democracy kicks in after 1 hour every time.
Okay.
So they took a little more control of the situation to try and actually move the game along.
Yeah.
Because they want to do the whole series, right?
Yeah.
So Pokemon Red was the first gen, then they're doing Crystal for the second gen, then they're probably going to do Emerald for third gen, then they'll do...
What is it with them and gems?
Yeah.
It's crazy
Red should be a
Japanese. It's
Ruby
like going
then.
back to
Well, no,
Zelda
then
in
it
the
was,
original
they did Ruby.
time. The
They
Gorgon
did Ruby, Sapphire, and
the
Emerald.
Zelda Sapphire,
And
the
Emerald was
Karuki
the most
Emerald.
neutral of the three. Ruby
next,
focused
the
around
Hylian
Groudon,
Diamond?
and Sapphire focused around Kyogre.
Okay.
So
Wait,
then
is
they
it empty?
created
Yes.
Emerald, which focused around Rayquaza, and the other two as well. So it was all.
Okay.
Mikhail's making a statement about life. I'm not sure what that
So
statement
artistic.
is.
Can we call this an Amaka?
Haha.
I'm not sure what the statement is, but I'm sure this... If we take a picture of him and frame it, we could probably sell it for $1 million.
It is art. It is art because we say it is art.
You know what pisses me off
There we
about
go.
hipsters in the visual arts, though, is that, like, you know, some of them come up with the stupidest ideas out of conceptual art. And it's like, you know, and then they want to sit there and do their little critiques and say, oh, well, this work looks unfinished. Well, the Impressionists had unfinished work, and look at their work, you know? Or like, oh, this
Ever since
idea
Mikhail's
doesn't
mic
really
is getting turned down.
connect or come across. Well, maybe it's because I'm utilizing my subjectivity, and it's more about my idea, and I don't give a shit whether you fucking understand it or not, which conceptual art's about getting as many people across to your little stupid idea, which could be basically a bunch of cubes, like Solar Wit, you know, and it's just, it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, a toothpick on styrofoam is more entertaining than some of what these conceptual hipster artists produce.
Now, how does that really make you feel?
It annoys me because it's so inauthentic. Art is really subjective, and I mean, if you study
Holy shit, you really got him going.
you know, history of art, you know, or like study other cultural movements, you kind of see, okay, these people have a developed philosophy. You don't have to agree, you don't like it, okay, you study it, you get your little paper, you get your grade, or you study something else, but you find something that clicks, and then you go with that, and you use that as your inspiration. You use what you experience in life. You use that as your inspiration, because what it comes down to is the individual subjectivity, and what you are, and what your being is, and what you experience, and who you connect with, because it's through you know, striving, that process of becoming, creating yourself, bettering yourself, you know, and then you think, okay, if I'm bettering myself, and other people are bettering themselves, you know, then... Shut up!
This is the first time we've actually all been quiet while I read.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I just got the title for the podcast. Holy shit, you really got him going.
Thank you. You set off my trap card.
All right, everybody.
Okay.
I think we need
But-
to give Mikhail a round of applause.
No,
That was-
I'm not done. I am
was
not
amazing.
done.
No, Mikhail, we can't
Okay.
let you keep going.
No,
you successfully
I'm
ran it for
almost
7
on my
points.
point, because I had this euphoria, and it came to me in a revelation at the gym today, and I'm going with it,
He
because
mentioned the
it
gym.
is about striving. It is
All
about,
the
you know, that
usual
notion of subjectivity and individual, and it's through engaging with other people, maybe even being part of a community, maybe shifting from community to community, that you discover yourself and you see where you belong in the world, and then you can produce something and make something out of yourself and connect with people through love. And that is where you gain an understanding or an acceptance of people, and you understand that we can go through this whole planet all together in life. You don't have to be alone. You don't have to be an isolated individual trying to make your identity by being a hipster and shunning and thinking, oh, I'm better than myself. No, you're not better than anybody, because you're just like the rest of us, human, mortal, temporal, in this infinite universe that keeps going and going. And it's through love and loving other people and loving yourself that you can find that there is meaning in life, that we can unite as a society into being, you know, going for those ideals that we want. Oh, we want peace, we don't want war, we want this. Well, if you want those ideals, then act on them already, because god damn it, that's what matters. You have to act. You can think all these great ideas, but you have to act on them. Even if it means getting your head bit off by, like, Jesus, like, or, you know, Muhammad, or Hitler. He had these ideas.
Zombie
Look
Jesus?
what he did, you know?
Even if it means getting your head bit off by Jesus, I think that's
a
even
better
better.
title, yeah.
Well, like Jesus, he got crucified. His head got bit off by the Romans, essentially, like, in one way or another.
Not literally. I mean, Rick bit through a man's throat, but...
Oh.
You know,
Yeah, that
I mean,
happened.
like, you know, but I mean, like, there are people, like,
Yeah,
you know,
that
the problem
happened.
is
Yeah, that
we have people with good ideas and we have people with bad ideas, and it's up to us as individuals to be educated enough and to understand, okay, what is this person talking about? Oh, they're a idiot. Okay, like Hitler. I mean, he was an idiot, and people want to keep saying he's evil. No, he wasn't evil. He was just an idiot. He had a specific vision for whatever his life because he was angry and pissed off and probably grew up with all these experiences that determined his way of thinking. So whatever. He was here, and now we're in here. You know, we're here in the current time. So like, let's not keep
We are
focusing
Hitler?
on goddamn.
No.
We are
Just
all
like we are.
Hitler.
Just like we're all the
Whoa!
I'm talking about because we all have the potential to be hateful people
Whoa.
with specific ideas that
Did
are so
not see that
oppressive and just so
Did not see that
overwhelmingly
coming.
off the charts. I mean, we can have good intentions, but look at like this Coney guy. He picked the stupidest method of connecting with people all over the internet.
It's true. I mean,
You know?
No, sorry.
No.
Wait, are we talking about
Coney-
Coney, or are we
Coney?
talking about the person who was trying to stop Coney?
I'm trying to figure out
'Cause those are
which
two different people.
podcast
They're
he
both
didn't
liable.
reference in
Sorry,
that
guys.
tirade.
I'd like to just interrupt here
The
and
Voices of
explain
Angst
something
does
to
not
Mikhail.
condone the Holocaust.
Yes.
We are all
I
Hitler.
don't condone it either.
Okay, guys, one moment here.
I just wanted to
Coney
get my
didn't actually do anything on the internet.
No, he means
The-
like the Coney
the people,
2012
the
Coney
Coney
guy
2012 people.
who was promoting
Yeah, no.
the anti-Coney movement is
The
the one we
Coney-
talked
Oh.
about last week.
So
Now,
is Coney the
Mikhail-
warlord?
Yes,
Coney
Coney
is
is the
the warlord
warlord.
we're
Well,
trying to
why the
stop.
You know, why the can't people be specific and say anti this
They
or anti
did.
that? What?
Yeah,
They did.
It was.
Oh, well, because I kept
the
hearing
campaign.
Coney,
misunderstood
The
it.
campaign
You
was
misunderstood
Coney.
it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm guilty.
so-
I'm stupid.
So this is
Just
what
like
I was
these
trying to
hipsters.
clarify for him
Yeah,
because
that's
he
what
didn't.
I was trying to
yeah, I know.
clarify.
Thank you. We're okay. We're
You're
so
so nice.
so okay. We officially just had an 8-minute rant from Mikhail,
Wow, and nobody talked over
and
him.
nobody said a
Spitting
word.
back kick.
Oh
That
dear.
was really loud.
Okay, and Chris is gone.
Chris is gone. Chris is gone.
Chris has been gone for a little while.
He's the invisible
I like
man.
that ghetto.
I'm back.
I
Tag.
see no evil, I
The
hear no evil,
tag.
but I can still speak.
Tags are cool.
Oh my god, tags are totally where it's at, man.
No.
I had a dog that was afraid of tags.
What?
What?
He was afraid of tags. My blanket on my bed had a tag on it, and he like attacked that tag. He
Maybe
did
he
not
just
like
liked
that
the
tag.
tag and
No,
he
no,
wanted
no,
to play
no.
with it.
He was afraid of them.
Okay.
Pardon
Some
me.
dogs lash out irrationally at things they don't like.
I
Things
think
that
that's
don't
people
exist.
too. That's
Yeah.
people too. Like, look what I did.
Oh, we're not talking
I don't
about
like
people right now.
hipsters,
We're
and I
talking about
lash out
dogs.
violently with rants.
Well,
Thank God I
that's
don't
not
have
really
sharp
violent.
violence.
That's verbal.
That's just, yeah.
Well, I don't
Incredibly
being
vocal.
verbally
my hands yet,
abusive.
so you never know.
If there'd been a hipster in the room, he would have been.
Well, if someone would have just
Perhaps it's good that we didn't take this episode on the road.
Yeah.
No, we
Yeah.
could have. I mean, I would have just sat.
Speaking of
hanging
which,
around hipsters and judging them.
The Voices of Angst are talking about doing a little excursion out into the community to do an episode. If you want your neighborhood to be subject to us,
Oh,
No,
God.
no.
We're gonna get a
don't
lot
make
of
that
we're gonna get a
proposal.
lot of emails of people saying don't come here.
yeah. If
Pro
you,
tip: that won't work because we will come there.
Ooh.
None of
we are those
fly
kinds of
out.
people.
They're
Everybody
drawn
should
halfway
invite
across
us
the
to your
country.
house and give us tea, and we will do a podcast in your home.
We're gonna have
If
no
we
one
win
take
the-
us
if
up
we,
on
if
that.
we all
No
get
way.
accumulate
I'm sure that's okay.
vast amounts of money, we can travel around the world and like do these like podcasts.
Podcasts
Who's
all
gonna
over the
pay
world.
to watch us? Really?
Oh, might be
Even if
interesting.
we actually like scripted things and didn't just yell at each other.
Well, that's half the point of this podcast is it's spontaneous. But you're right.
Because
I-
it's angst. We're all yelling over each other because we long to be heard, but yet do we know is that we are all heard
I'm
anyway.
perfectly fine with not being heard.
Yeah, we just hit the 39-minute mark here.
Should we hit song of the week?
Probably hit
Let's
song
hit
of the week.
song of the week.
Okay,
God,
that was.
I don't know what to pick now.
Impressive.
Ooh, I've got a song that I bet none of you have ever heard because I listened to that band before they were cool.
Good for you.
You go last.
Or better yet, like
Oh.
Hyacinth. Oh, how very nice for you. In other words, I don't give a shit. If anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, Hyacinth, it's a very funny British sitcom from BBC that's keeping up appearances.
BBC has all the best programming.
They
No,
do.
not all the best,
They
but they
pretty
have the
much
majority
do.
of the best shows. They don't have Game of Thrones,
That's true.
unfortunately.
HBO got that one.
But
All
yeah,
right.
Patricia Routledge, Keeping Up Appearances. Excellent sitcom. Because it's exactly what the hipsters are. They're trying to maintain this appearance when they really aren't that at all.
Okay, song of the week.
So,
Mine's War Pigs by Cake. Here it is.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like punches that black masses, evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning, death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yes.
Cake. Cake is a lie.
Cake. The cake is a lie.
But
I cannot
Cake
beat
did a
porter.
cover of War Pigs by Ozzy Osbourne, and this is their version. Yeah.
Cake.
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 All right.
We have
who's next?
cake on this show.
I want cake.
Let's do that next
cake.
time.
Okay.
Cake on this show next
Have
time.
cake. Okay, perfect.
Everybody, if we forget to have cake at the next podcast,
Let us know in the comment section.
yes, angrily message us. That'll show that this
We
is not
won't
just
get
us
a
watching.
comment. We'll just get like one view.
It's probably gonna be me.
Yeah.
No, we get at least 4.
Well, at least 4. Maybe I'm 1 or 2.
Oh.
And usually the
we're
episodes
one.
have 5 to 7. So that means there are
There's
people
actually
watching
people out there who are
it.
watching this show that are not us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
If
I
they
only
even
ever watched
stumble
the
it
ones
on
per
by
episode.
mistake.
Which one was it? The internet one I think had 19 views.
Wow. People actually watch this.
You know,
rant
almost
about
reaching the
internet.
level of CBA News popularity.
Or like daylight savings.
Daylight Savings had like 95. I don't understand why
We
that
did a
one.
music
We
video
got
that's
empathy from the
224.
Russians.
Ooh.
I know. I'm pretty happy.
Our music video is awesome. To those of you out there, you should all check it out. Actually, one of us
Yeah.
we did astronaut already though on this show, didn't
Probably.
we? Yeah, we
I
did.
don't know. Astronaut by the Mother Tongue Band.
Check it
Look
out, y'all.
up.
It's awesome. All right, who's next for song of the week though? I just went, so
I have nothing.
Apparently, I've been forbidden from going.
you
Yeah.
can go. You
Okay.
can go.
So who is this great band that we've never heard of before?
Shut up
I've got
and let
it
her
between
talk.
2. I'm debating.
No, do that. one.
Interior
Okay.
monologue.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Lids by Lotus Child.
Lids they're found in magazines. They hang like guillotines, daunting over perfect scenes, poised above my head. Lids they act like autumn leaves. They'll brain you in a breeze, painted nails on broken feet, strangle every step. Just don't jump too high. Frail girl, it's not your place to look for more than this. Just don't jump too high. Frail girl, it's not your place to look for more than this, more than this. Da-na, da-na, na, 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 na.
She's right. I've never heard of
Nice
that.
names
That
for
sounds like
bands. I just
I'm
get
wearing
this
a hat.
image or genre in my head already.
I want a hat.
You already had one, and you had mine, and
Oh,
you're
I
still
should've-
not
I should've brought
satisfied.
my-
I want all of the hats.
I should have brought
love
the
my hat.
because a fellow a neighbor of mine
my hat
knitted
on
a
Friday.
scarf and a toque for me, and
Where'd
it's
you
just
leave it?
it's
July,
very nice
you
color,
moved
but
that
like that's kind of thing hipsters are in. They're into that
you, I
homemade
did.
stuff.
Oh yeah, your
So
fall
what's
one?
your song of the week?
No.
I don't know. Yeah, you go. I need to think.
Well, I have nothing to do with any topic on this podcast except
you never did.
except it has sort of to do because it's related to the BBC. I'm choosing the Doctor Who theme song. I am the Doctor.
Somebody finally did it.
High
Somebody
five.
finally did it. Somebody did the Doctor Who theme song. I'm so happy right now. All right, you're up.
Shit.
Everyone prepare for a long...
Well, since I was talking about inauthenticity in the self, I'm gonna go with this one. I originally was gonna go with another one, but I already used that in another podcast, and that was My Out of Style is Coming About, or My Out of Style by Matthew Goodman. Anyway, here's the song Escape of Us by Matthew Goodman.
The day I met you, decay will let you learn to bend. We are better butterflies. Our meek, we get the end. It makes me sick. It makes me laugh when I shouldn't. Kill what I came to keep alive. Your turn to spill. Your turn to spill. Your turn to spill now. That's fate looking our way. Your sparkling spot hasn't caught.
And yes, I pick them a lot, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you do.
Possibly that was the final F-bomb of the show.
I think so, because we're going to sign off now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for another edition of the Voices of Angst. Tune in next week when we eat a live cow. Oh, sorry,
We're
when we eat
not
cake.
gonna eat a live cow.
When we eat
We're
cake.
probably not
Well,
even gonna eat cake. The
the
cake
cake
is
has
probably a lie.
I do have cake at my place.
We might actually eat
Bring us
cake.
cake.
Tune in next week when we eat cake.
Woo!